What we're seeing in these cases is Wall Street having turned its eye to healthcare because it has realized that here is a commodity, a product with a stubbornly inelastic demand. Yet there is a price for everything at which people will no longer be able to pay for a product. But what some investors have realized, much to their delight, is that they can keep squeezing the very people who depend on these drugs in order to line their own pockets. This is disturbing. If this new breed of pharmaceutical companies is where our pharmaceutical industry is headed, we are in big trouble. Let me speak very clearly to the folks who believe they can participate in this sick game of acquiring drugs, raising prices to ridiculous heights, and sticking it to patients. We will not stop this investigation until we find the right prescription of public policy to end this practice. We will shed light on this practice, and we will work together to stop it for the sake of patients, the healthcare system, and American taxpayers. You were chairman of the board, and you were just signing letters that were put in front of you. Don't you have a fiduciary responsibility to the people that give money to people like Mr. Wichmann to have some sense of what you are sending and what it means? I get confused. On one hand, you say that you are going to do groundbreaking R&D with 60% of your revenues, and you turn around and say, well, we're a very small company. We only have 3 or 4 people. We can't do things like have the CEO understand what he's talking about when he actually is dealing in a pharmaceutical industry. It's hard for me to reconcile. When you read these emails in context, when you read them all, it's very clear what's going on. And I'm not saying that there is anything inherently evil about wanting to make money. I'm saying that the business model that finds an orphan drug with an inelastic demand and no competition and the ability to jack up prices, and I'm going to quote you, and it may not have been about this deal, but these are your words, Mr. Wichmann. I hear you on the pharma mentality. It's ironic how it took 2 companies, Jazz and Horizon, the brink of insolvency to decide they should aggressively play the price card. And Questcor is obviously a poster child. For the heat and bad PR they took, didn't work out so badly in the end, did it? Not every deal and not every product will work out. So, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is what the overarching message of this hearing is that we have places in the pharmaceutical industry that are gouging families like the Westons for quick profits, big profits. And I'm assuming you guys get stock options and bonuses?
I think we've made all of our financials.
I'm asking you.
I think we've submitted it to the committee.
You won't tell me? I don't have it in front of me. I'd like to hear it.
No bonuses.
Stock options?
There is an employee option plan.
Yeah. And I'm sure Mr. Shkreli got stock options. You said he didn't take a dime. He got no stock?
No stock. Oh, no, stock, yes.
Yeah,
option.
and he can trade that stock. And I think that stock's been pretty valuable from where he bought it and where it went.
You meant Retrofin. Sorry. I thought you were talking about touring. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying...
Yeah.
I don't think anybody buys a $2 million album of Wu-Tang if they don't have any cash on hand. It looked like he had more cash on hand in December than your company did. So I think he came out just fine in the deal. So, Mr. Wichmann, I guess if you can provide more information to this committee about how we do a public policy that stops this, but doesn't stop meaningful R&D in this space. Because I think that there are hucksters out here trying to make a quick buck because they see these orphan drugs and they know that the people who need them are going to need them no matter what. You can say all you want to about a penny a pill, but this family and millions of other families like that, for lots of different drugs, are facing exorbitant price increases that the market doesn't really bear out because there's not competition.